Good morning, good afternoon and good day everybody. David here, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the Lament, or the Lament, depending on how you want to pronounce it. The new exotic sword that's come with Beyond Light. This sword is badass. It's a chainsaw sword, so of course you want it. And it does ridiculous DPS, so definitely a high tier option. So we're going to be looking over the quest steps, and then a few tips and tricks on how to use it at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. But first things first, we want to speak to Banshee and pick up a quest called the Lost Lament. The very first step, you'll have to find 3 dead exos. The first one I found was in the Well of Infinitude. So this is the place where the Glassway Strike actually starts. So if you just head to that area of the map, as soon as you enter the area, you want to turn right and then just follow the path that I take on screen. Now there is, I believe, 9 exos in total you can find, so if you found any already just out on your travels, they will count towards this step. There's also, when you get to this area, a secret random penguin. I have no idea why it's here, but if you want to pick up a free penguin, then be my guest. So after that, you just head down this alleyway bit and you will enter this sort of orange room. Now in this orange room there is a chest that's sealed by stasis. You may have found this chest already, but I was playing on my Titan and I hadn't found it with him yet, so you just head to where that chest either is or was, which is on the left hand side of the room. And then as soon as you turn around, you will see the next exo just on your left in the corner there. You just fly over, pick it up, and that's your first exo done. Now the second exo is in the Eventide Ruins. So you head here, you'll find the room, sort of orange room, where 2 yellow bar captains always spawn. You just head into that room, simply just go up the path, and there's a exo just in the corner there. Now that you've picked up 2 exos, the third one is in the Braytech facility area. Now I actually picked this up second, but you need to be in the Braytech area for the very next step, so I recommend actually picking this up third, and then you won't have to head back to this area. Now once you've completed this step, a new area will unlock in the Braytech facility, and it will be called the creation area. Now if the door doesn't appear straight away, you'll just have to come out of this door again and then go back into the area. Once you come in for the first time, you just head to the right here in this room and you'll see a couple of exos here, but they don't count, they're just aesthetic. It'll be this one in the corner. So you pick that up and then you head through the door that's right next to it and just head to the right, and this is the new area that's just unlocked. Now this area is super cool. You literally just follow it, really simple, straightforward path. You just follow it till the end, and a couple of cool lore bits are on the way. Again, you'll need stasis to be able to get through here, so if you've not completed the campaign yet, you won't be able to do it. When you get to the end, you'll come across a massive exo head. You speak to him, he'll give you a bunch of awesome lore, and then you'll need to speak to him a second time. So you literally just walk up to him, click the button a second time, he starts a second bit of conversation, and once he's finished that, the next step of the quest will drop, and now you'll have to kill Vex with swords and kill Minotaurs and Cyclopses with swords as well. Now, there's several ways you can do this. Head into the Asterion Abyss, just killing random Vex with swords there. This is probably the longest method of doing it though. So my recommendation and the way I found the most success was actually heading through the Asterion Abyss and back into where we found the very first exo in the Well of Infinitude, and just head right as we did before and just go through that area. There's so many Vex there, and more importantly there's so many Minotaurs that I think if you run it twice you'll complete the step. There's a few other recommendations I have, so if you don't want to run through all that area, you can rinse and repeat the Edition Lost sector. So this is a very popular method. Loads of people have just done this. I actually found the Well of Infinitude better because there was just more Minotaurs and stuff there, so you got both steps done within, like I said, just 2 runs. Whereas with the Lost sector, I had to do it many times over to just get the Minotaur kills, because for some reason the yellow bar enemies don't count towards your progress, so the boss at the end doesn't count, and I believe there's only 1 or 2 red bar minotaurs actually in this lost sector. Another good way of doing it is the Vex public event that appears, where you have to defend the construct. You get loads of minotaurs and stuff appear for this, but obviously the downside is you have to wait for the public event to actually appear, which could take time. So again, I recommend just running through the Well of Infinitude. So once you've done that, you'll get the steps to complete the missions from Barracks, the 3 sort of story missions that he gives you. So again, I hadn't completed these with my Titan, so I had to redo them all. But if you have already completed these, which I'm sure if you've been playing Beyond Light since the beginning, you would have already completed these. This step will auto-complete. But once you've done that, you'll get a new mission come up in a new area where you'll just have to solve like a jumping puzzle and traverse through this like storm. So whilst you're in the storm, you get a debuff called Biting Cold, and you just have to go from like heat source to heat source. But as you kill Vex, they can drop these little triangles that when you pick them up, they will reset the debuff as well. So pretty straightforward, pretty fun mission, pretty easy to do. Like I said, you just go straight through. There's a mini boss fight at the end. Once you've completed that, you will then get the next step to drop, which is kill Vex with Finishes. Now again, a very popular way of doing this was to go back to the lost sector on Europa, the Petition one, but I actually found the better lost sector is the one on Artifact's Edge on Nessus. There's a couple of nightmare enemies that appear there, and they count at really high progress towards it. Once you've got your Vex Finishes, you will then have to complete the Glassway Strike and find a particular enemy, which is this yellow bar harpy that will appear. Once you've killed that harpy, it only appears in the boss room, so you have to get to the end of the strike to do it. But once you've killed that harpy, you'll then unlock the next step of the quest. So the next step, you just go back to the tower, speak to Banshee, and you pick up what's called a broken blade. This will take up a slot in your heavy slot, so make sure you've got room to pick it up. Then you'll need to head to the bunker lost sector on Europa and complete that lost sector, which is in the Eventide ruins. And once you've done that, you'll get a message from the giant Exo. Will ask for your help to go back to the creation area and just kill a load of Vex. Basically just go through the area until you get to him at the end, where he will actually give you the sword to finish the mission with. So again, make sure you've got space in your heavy slot to actually pick it up. But once you've completed this mission, the sword is yours, and it is a very awesome, fun exotic to use. Now the perks on this sword are Banshee's Wail. Press and hold the left trigger or the block button to rev up the blade. This increases the damage, provides a shield piercing effect, so it's good against barrier champions, and it also heals you on hits. So the trick to using the sword is sort of like the Falling Guillotine, but actually the opposite way around. You want to go in first revving the blade, so blocking with the left trigger, then you want to hit them with the right trigger, which will do the heavy attack. This will cut through their shields and just do massive damage, also healing you at the same time. But as you can see, this takes up the charge. Then you want to continue doing light attacks whilst you wait for that charge to charge back up. So sort of the opposite way around to how the guillotine works, because the guillotine you want to hit with the light attacks first, get the damage boost from Whirlwind Blade. But the actual damage of this sword is more than the guillotine. So just on a direct comparison, this sword is better, does more damage, heals you, and as I say, just cuts straight through shields, so it's great against the barrier champions. But it does take up your exotic slot, so you'll have to weigh up whether that's worth the trade-off or not. But that should do it for the video, guys. Pretty straightforward, fairly easy quest to do, but it does take a while just farming Vex kills mainly. But hopefully the video helped you out. Once you've got the sword, you'll realise it's definitely worth the time putting in. So if you've enjoyed the video, a like is very much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts on the sword, if you've already got it, or if this video helped you get it, and whether you will be using it over the Falling Guillotine or not. And let me know if you have finished the Deepstone Crypt raid yet. I would love to hear from you guys. If you want to join my community, feel free to subscribe. I'm also going to start streaming here on YouTube. So if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I'm streaming as well. I stream every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. So hopefully I shall see you all then. Until next time, my friends, take care, stay safe, keep up the grind, and I shall see you all very soon indeed. Bye bye.